just going to repeat the question so everybody can hear it. It was this particular woman saw Terry as the protagonist of the film. When you were writing it, did you set out to be making some commentary on the relationship in Singapore, the relationship with the families and their domestic help?
I think one of the things that I noticed, and one of the reasons why I made a film like that was, I think in Singapore, for those of you who have no context of, this foreign hire of maids, it's a very common thing. It's a phenomenon that has been going on for many years since the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s in Singapore, and of course in developed economies like in Hong Kong, and then later on in Taiwan, and now I know even in China they have maids from the Philippines. But so it's very common. Every 10 families, you have about 4 to 5 families in Singapore that actually would hire a domestic servant from the Philippines or from Indonesia. But what I've been seeing over the years is that whenever there's any media reportage, whenever anything is written, whether it's TV news or anything is written in newspapers, on the plight of domestic workers, or Filipino maids or Indonesian maids, it's always negative. It's always derogatory. It always has to do with perhaps the maids torturing or abusing the kids, or the employers, abusing the maids, mostly sexually abusing the maids, or the whole idea that, oh, they've stole money, or they stole jewelry or something like that, or they ran away with someone else. It's always negative. But I am part of this whole generation of children who were brought up by Filipino maids. I had a maid for 8 years. She came when I was 4. She left when I was 12, and she was from the Philippines. But my experience of growing up wasn't like that. I can't believe that all the kids in Singapore were all abused and hurt and done terrible things too. And I felt that there is a human side of the story that hasn't come true yet. So for me, I'm very wary of making an activist film. I'm very wary of making big social political statements, because I think life is too complex for that. I think there are no simple answers for the big questions, of life, of humanity, and it's not for me to offer those answers. I think what I can do is to offer a portrait. I'm capturing, certain memories, a certain portrait of growing up in a certain era, capturing a portrait of society, of family at a certain time and place, and these questions would pop out. But I don't think I'm here to offer any answers, and I don't think there will be any simple answers. I think it's up to you to offer those answers.